All right, hey, let's see if we are up and running. We're going to get a little bit of artwork done this morning. Checking in here on my bits. Don't see it up yet, so shift design. Home is, it should be, there it is. Okay, forest clearing maps. There we go. And it looks like I am live as well. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. It looks like I am live. All right, good. So that sounds like it's coming through. Let me kick my social media updates here real quick, and then we're going to dive into this. So, let's see. Hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, I publish them online, and we're currently making an adventure for the Eberron campaign setting in 5th edition called Crystals of Mabar. It's for 4 to 5 characters, level 7 to 8, running around in the Carnwood of Karnath, fighting undead and necromancers. I've been a DM since 1987. I've been running Eberron as my homebrew campaign since 2006, and I've been publishing content on the DMsGuild since 2017. But this is the first time I've actually published an adventure, so I'm really excited about that. This has been a lot of fun to create, and last night we finished up the alternate plot hooks, concluding the adventure, continuing the campaign. All those bits are done. Now I just wanted to brush over the different effects of the plants and the different artifacts and items that are in the adventure, and then we'll probably want to do an update of the creatures in. I'm going to adjust my camera here, and we'll probably update the monsters with the 2024 stat block when that comes out in September. But otherwise, it's done. So the heavy bulk lifting of this is taken care of. I'm going to adjust my bits here real quick. Hold on. There. You can follow if you're on the X Twitter platform. I'm at Phil Kearney if you want to catch signal when I'm live. Otherwise, like, subscribe, hit bell icon for notifications of when I'm live in the future. Here is the entire playlist for all 288 episodes so far of creating this adventure, starting with. That's weird. Starting with the creation of the book cover here, which we started creating spot art for the different types of flora and objects that are in the adventure, like magic items and stuff. But this book cover we created back around episode 40, and we've built a ton of large-scale maps, tokens, creature NPCs, all the illustrations for that stuff, which will break apart and be fed into the adventure as interior art content to fill the pages alongside all the technical information for the maps and stuff. So we almost finished this tree. We just want to bulk up some of these branches a little bit before we move on to the next one. So these are all tokens that are these are effectively tree tokens that we're building a forest out of. And once we have all these tokens completed, we'll be able to basically drop them into a toolkit, so that DMs will have shrubbery tokens for like obstacles and terrain, as well as a generic forest floor map, base plate to be able to. So you'll have the base ground template, like a 20 by 20 space, maybe a 30 by 30 space, something like that, which you can break up into 10 by 10 square chunks. And then all of these trees are separate tokens. You can see here's one and here's one, and we're working on the third one now. And so when these are all finished, all these independent trees, all of these throughout here are done, they'll make great tokens to be able to, when we make the second, and we'll have a second forest map for NPCs stuck in a tree with a bunch of undead running around them. We'll be able to build another map like this, and then you'll have all the tools that we can build up. We can use the base template that we're building and all these tree tokens to create another map out of that situation, to reduce drastically reduce the amount of time that we need to build any further maps in the forest, and be able to provide those tools for DMs to be able to extract and just use as tokens. So I'm sure this isn't original. There's probably already stock art packs out there that have similar options available, but this is the first time I've ever done it, so I want to do it for me. So This is quality startup time for my mornings before I go into my day job. I get to wake up, have some coffee, put some creativity into my space before I start doing corporate work. So this is really, yeah, I really value the time I get to spend doing this. But since the adventure is essentially done, I can start collapsing time frames and do more of this. I'll be able to do artwork off screen as well as on screen, since my off screen tasks have been completed. So I still have a little spot checking to do, but essentially it's complete. So we'll be getting into page layouts and stuff pretty soon. August, layouts in August seems very realistic at this point. Like maybe the first week in August we'll have all the little remnant stuff resolved, and I'll start to be able to do actual page layouts. That feels a little thin out here, so I want to thicken this up a bit. Just to make sure this tree is going to be able to support all that weight. Gotta thicken that branch up, give it a strong leg. Thicken here. There, see, that feels a lot more durable. Here, we want to thicken this up here at the edge of the branch. We're going to taper that off, thickening that branch, and then both of those branches together add for a thicker point prior to the branching. So thicken here. So I stream, God, how many times? So I stream Monday through Friday in the morning doing Eberron cartography and creature tokens and stuff like that. On, let's see, Tuesdays and Fridays, including today, we work on the Martial Powers project, which is an alternate magic system for 5e martial characters to be able to throw mana around and have different blast effects and stuff. And so we're about to start, we're going to start playtesting 5th and 6th level on Mondays for the next month, Monday nights. So, and then on Tuesdays and Fridays, we're updating the information, making revisions based on the playtest, as well as fleshing out as a DM, building out the adventure for the basically it's a hex crawl through the Ravnica rubble belt, using color land as the frame for creating the random adventures. So we've been designing the next tile for the playtest to challenge 5th and 6th level characters. So we'll continue that at lunch today in about it's 7 o'clock. In about 6-ish hours from now, 1 o'clock Seattle time. I'll be on to continue working on that. I'll work on that tomorrow morning as well. On Saturday, which is my grab bag. I do whatever I want on Saturdays. And then I'm also active Thursday night, doing Spelljammer, ship design, cartography, adventure design. I was doing Spelljammer on both Mondays and Thursday nights, but the playtesting is a higher priority than the Spelljammer supplement that we've been building then. So we surrender our Monday nights for playtesting, and I get to run a game for a little while, and a couple months, and then it could shift. Like after level 5 and 6, it's on a Monday, and then we'll take a poll again to see, do we want to stay on Monday, or is there more interest in folks having this like on a Saturday morning instead? What's going to work out better, and we will adjust accordingly. Well, we got a lot of fires in the. We got a lot of irons in the fire. Is that the right way to say that? It all eventually gets done. So I really appreciate anyone that is taking an interest in this. You are more than welcome to drop comments down below. Say, hey, what's up? Jump on board my Discord channel. That's my 20-minute timer. So I have about, I have 40 minutes left this morning. So we'll have another timer go off and for our halfway point, and then our final timer will go off for me to end the day. So hey, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Cool. So let's go ahead and stitch that up. We'll move on to the next here. Canopy. So in the future, instead of in the evening working on book text, while I'm waiting for Stuart to finish up the edits that we did for the work that we just for the alternate plot hook section that we did. While that's happening during the evenings off screen, I can just continue pushing artwork. So I'll have more stuff done more quickly. So each session that we spend here, I'll have more progress to be able to. You'll see the process speeding up because I'll have more time in my day to work on the artwork specifically. So we should start collapsing some time frames here pretty quickly. Can I say quickly more often? I'm gonna go see Deadpool this weekend. I'm looking forward to that. AMC Theaters used to have a chicken and waffle sandwich, which we're gonna use as a breakfast, a brunchy sort of thing. But they've replaced the chicken and waffles with sliders. So I don't know if I'm on board with that or not, honestly. But the theater's in a mall, so there's gonna be. I'll probably go and grab brunch somewhere before sitting down for the theater. That'll be fun. Looking forward to it. Maybe we want to do this like here, here. Yeah, that feels okay. And then we can fill in here like that. Yeah, that's cool. And then we want something in here as well. maybe I want this to drift like this instead. I'm gonna redo this one. Starting to feel a little cramped over here. There, that feels cool. Every time there's these little wibbles and curves, that's an opportunity for us to add a branch in. So you want those little wibbles and organic curvatures. That's far more natural for a branch. Find the center mass here, so it'll probably be something like this. Yeah, that-ish. Drop the lighting on that just a little bit more. Cool. Bah! All right, so now we're gonna trim. We're gonna trim these down to taper them off the tips. I hope everyone else is having a really great day, because this has been a fantastic morning for me so far. I got really good rest last night. That looks good. I like it. Let's thin that down like that. Get that for now. Trim that. Resolved. Resolved. Let's go to here. Ugh, hot mess. Nice. Seagulls flying around outside in Seattle right now. It's wonderful. Sometimes I'm a couple miles away from the sound, but I can still smell brine on a particularly crisp morning, and you can still catch the scent. I love the smell of salt water in the morning. It feels so like cleansing, you know. It's like soaking in a hot spring. It has that cleansing effect. Sure, why not? We'll do that. Thin that down there. course, all the tiny little branches that connect each leaf. We're not bothering with that level of detail. It's implied. This is the fun thing about map tokens is that they're symbolic and visual, while also like art. You know, I mean, Doveville, obviously, but I like how they're functional. They provide technical information in the adventure. Like this canopy line here is where you have cover from being seen overhead, and each of these branches can, like if we have the grid in here, these are 5-foot spaces, so you can see how characters can move from branch to branch while they're actually in the tree to be able to move around if they wanted to. I'm going to get rid of the grid while we continue working, though. Doesn't serve our purposes right now. It's a 7-foot thick tree. It's a decent sized tree. That's a thick door. Alright, this is not where we're at right now. This is where we are. Stay in our lane. There we go. Nope, let's make that. I'm having an off moment. There we go. Yeah. Yep. All right, good. And here. That up. Taper that off. Smooth that out. Taper that off. Good. Good. That all looks really good. Oh, we're almost done. With tapering. Hey, we finished tapering. Congratulations to us. All right, so now so now that all the tips are tapered off, we're going to use that same process to here. We're going to do the same thing here, where these two branches connect. That thickens the branch to support their weight. It shouldn't be more than double. 1.5 to 2 times as thick as the individual. Like these two branches are like 2 pixels each, so this should be around 3 or 4 pixels, and that's about where we are at. That's a 3 pixel line. That's a 4 pixel line. So that's the space that we're inside of right now. Like 3 pixels here. And then we'll taper this off from 3 down to 2. Right, so now we have 3 pixels here and 2 pixels here. That means we're going to want to have 4 or 5 pixels here. So we're going to use a 4 pixel brush here to fill that in, like that. This is 2 pixels, so let's take it down to 3 pixels here. Use that same methodology. We have this as a 3 down to 2, so or 2 down to 3. So let's take that and thicken it up a little bit and have that join here. Taper it off a little bit. Yeah, see, that feels very, very natural. So now we're at 4 pixels here. And now 4 pixels feels more natural because of this bulk that we have here. So 4 pixels is a smooth curve into the frame. And then we add this 2 pixel branch here so that 4 or 5 becomes a 5 or a 6. And then buffs out to what, like an 8, 10? And 15. And that is a pretty natural looking branch. I am very happy with that. Good branch. And then we'll just repeat this process around the tree until it's done, and then we'll move on to the next. Bruh. Taper off. Taper off. Eraser, thin that down, taper off. I'll fill this in as well. It's a much smaller branch, so it doesn't have to be nearly as thick. I'll bend that in this way here, like that. Feels good. And then we'll do the same thing out here. Add these together. This is so much faster than the other way we were doing it. Before we were working outward in, and it was difficult to like to pace it so that we were having the right proportions on the branches. This is a much better way. All right, that's another 20-minute marker. I have 20 minutes left this morning. It's 7:30 here in Seattle. We're going to be back live again in about 5.5 hours to continue working on the 5th level playtest content for characters running around inside the Ravnica Roll Belt, fighting monsters, discovering magics, etc. Bit. That feels a little thick. I'm going to thin that up a bit. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Taper that off so it thins in. There, and then down here. That is too thick. There, that feels, still feels a little thick. Thicky. There we go. There's apparently a new season of Suits, and I hate it. They got rid of Zoe and Mike, and all the central tension of the show disappeared. So they're trying to instill this inject this new cast, and the drama there's no emotional tie to them, and they have to have a different personality dynamic, otherwise they're just repeating what they already had, and it's not jiving. The change in tone in the show, I can't ignore how that changed. It's unfortunate because I love the first 3 seasons of Suits. Oh well. But Evil, the TV show Evil on, I guess it's, is it NBC? It's on Paramount, so whatever that is. That show's great. Thoroughly enjoying it. It's on its last season, right? This is the 4th season, and apparently it's going to be the last season. So that's unfortunate, but they've made some really good plot progression in that show. I think it's going to end in a good spot. That's a little too thin. It needs to thicken up a little bit here. It needs to thicken up down here, which means it needs to thicken here. I'm going to taper that off a little bit. I think this needs to be a little thicker as well. There. And both of those add together to thicken here. I love the Muzak nature of this song. It's so great. This is epidemic music. It's kind of like Spotify. I have a subscription to it, and while that subscription remains, I can use any of this music in any streaming that I do. It's copyright free. They won't claim copyright strikes on me while I pay for the subscription, which is good enough to me. So I like the music. I've been listening these songs for like 2 years now. And still enjoy it as background music. That's I'd say that's a good endorsement. There, thicken up. Hey, Hornetico, how you doing, my guy? It's a little lopsided, huh? We'll finish them up and we'll figure out how we can merge them all together. Doing all right. Same here. Whoa, where are you going, buddy? Same. I had really good sleep last night, so I feel all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You decide on what kind of rogue and paladin you want to run. You don't have to make a decision yet, obviously. We'll have the opportunity to build our characters during the session 0 on Monday. God, I'm really looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to continuing. The 3rd and the 4th level playtests were a lot of fun. You can ask Nitrocinerum if you want about how that went. Goblin Lord showed up as well, and NAC tagged in for a couple episodes. That's where that branch goes. I'm thinking this up too much. I need to stay back over here. Like that. Thicken this a touch. Here. Oops, I went offline. That's okay. It's probably a natural place to be anyway. Let's thin that down. Since it's to run a rogue thief, nice. Super cool. It is the rubble belt, so it is a very nature, like there'll be ruins, but there aren't going to be any like formal structures. But there would be the option of delving into into ruin spaces and layers and stuff. So thief might be a really good option because of there's spelunking options, basically is what I'm trying to say. I have this image for this guy whose weapon is a soul coin. He turns into a sword. That's awesome. I think that's great, man. Do like that. How's that feel? That feels pretty good. We have this whole wing over here that we need to resolve, so here. But like the thief having a climbing speed, like second story work, I think you have access to that by the time we're 5th level. That's a good option. That feels good. Go here and slim this down. Thicken that up a touch. Huh? What's up? Also been working on more entries. Oh, good, excellent, Mr. Bit. It's a paranoid math wizard. That's awesome. The counter, I love it. Treat this a little touch here. Got like what, 10 minutes left? 8 minutes left. We got 8 minutes left for the day. And then at lunchtime I'll be back on and I will continue developing the blue-red tile that the team is going to be playtesting inside of for 5th and 6th level. The plan is probably 3 sessions at 5th level and then 2 or 3 sessions at 6th level. And then we'll break. So like the first adventure, the first actual session adventure will be on August 5th. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So we'll probably finish, like the last week will probably be September 2nd, maybe September 9th if we add in another, depending on where the plot ends up at and where the team is achieved. But I think a 5-week stretch should probably be sufficient for us to resolve the tile and to get some time spent at 5th and 6th level. Then we'll look to build another tile that the team will decide what next tile they want to go after, and I'll start building that tile, and then I'll put a poll out again for everyone to decide, are we going to stay on Mondays or do we want to switch to Saturdays? Because I know we have some people that are interested in playtesting but wouldn't be able to do so unless it's on the weekend. Where'd I go? Here I am. Hi. I think I want to pull this whole structure here. I want to pull that down to here. So then we'll playtest 7th and 8th level through September into October. We'll have the 2024 rules available at that point. So we'll make sure that everything is compliant, and then we'll do 9th and 10th level playtesting. And at that point, assuming that we should be able to have the thing cleaned up enough to be able to start looking at going to print, or get our editor on board to resolve the language, and I can start working on a book cover, blah blah blah, get into the production pipeline. Thicken that up a touch. Not liking that little twig. There we go. Let's just get rid of that to thin this one down. Not liking this spacing here though. There. So, thinking about maybe doing a villain whose hand is a bird. Is just a bird in a bird cage. That's fucked up, man. I encourage that endeavor because that just seems silly. Like if he has like a really compelling backstory, it's like that's like I get the feeling on this monster book you're just making things for DMs to geek out and think about, which is perfect for a supplement. That's what you want. You want to have like strangeness for DMs to reconsider how they're doing things. Yeah, that feels good. Further out, let's add in some more business here. I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. So let me do my business. Damn. Yeah, I like the fire hydrant head guy. That was great. In this case, that's awesome. I love that. That's insane. You should totally do that. Ugh, too thick. See how that is? That's weird. There, that feels a little better. That feels off. Funny name. Funny objects has, but there's like a parrot in his cage yelling at the heroes. This is the parrot, and the cage is going to be on his hand instead of. He's going to have a normal head, but a parrot, a bird cage with a parrot in it. Is that what's happening? Do that. Nice. All of a sudden, I like this branch a whole lot. I think I can bend it a little bit further by doing this. That feels cool. I like that. This, I think, needs to be a little thicker. What about foul palm? Good feather. It's not a bad idea. And like the parakeet can be issuing commands and stuff to mooks. Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! But yeah, I like foul palm. Foul palm. But my taste in puns might not be very good. That feels pretty good. Hey! Oh my god. Shit. Timely timer. Right on, man. I love stupid puns. And it is 7:50 here in Seattle, so I need to wrap up. This feels. You see how off that weight feels? So I need to pull the center of the mass in this direction, more like here. To keep this center area here, so I need to taper that down. Like that. Bring that center around. There. Cool. Alright, I'm going to hit save for now. Yeah, I did. I use a double U, not a single U. I know what I'm doing. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to be back in about, what is it, 7:50 now, 4. I'll be back in about 5-ish hours, maybe 5.5 hours. I'll be back. We'll work on the Rubble Belt, the blue-red land tile in the Ravnica Rubble Belt that we're going to be having the 5th and 6th level playtest adventure in. Participants, whatever. Participants in the playtest are certainly welcome to show up anyway. It's just a playtest. It's not like there's any major spoiler alerts or any plot points or anything. It's just monsters and traps and locations and stuff. And honestly, it's about the die rolls and figuring things out and how to make things work. I don't mind people knowing what's going to be in the area. I've never built an adventure in front of potential players before, so that's fun. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to bounce out of here. I'll be back, like I said, in about 5.5 hours. So, Hordeko, thanks a lot for hanging out with me. And anyone else that's out there in the future, like, subscribe, bell icons, notifications. I'm here, what is that, Monday through Friday in the morning. Then Tuesday and Friday, including today, at lunchtime. I've got the Thursday night Eberron stream. Thursday night is Spelljammer design stream. And then Saturday is a grab bag. So currently I'm on stream 9 times per week. And then my Monday night is going to be playtesting into September. Like into the first week of September probably. And then I might be back on for Monday nights. But then my Saturdays would disappear because I either playtest on Mondays or Saturday nights. I try not to do both at the same time if I can avoid it. But the Spelljammer, I'm going to work on that tomorrow morning. I'll work on the Spelljammer stats for the fleet battle a little bit more, as well as continue working on the Rubble Belt. So we're going to have probably like a 3-hour session tomorrow morning, and we'll break it up into one and the other. And then the Spelljammer Vocath fleet battle, I think that'll probably be ready for playtesting maybe in another week or two. So I want to get the Rubble Belt up and running. And then we'll probably take a Saturday to just have some people throw some dice around to see, just to make sure that the fleet battle is fun. But that's my future plan. So I'm going to be out of here for now, and I will catch up with y'all in 5.5 hours. So peace out, guys.